Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cruise Corner. Today we're going to be diving into and comparing our own personal experiences of three popular cruise ships. That's P&O's Arvia, Princess Cruises' Sky Princess, and MSC's Euribia. We'll walk you through our first impressions, ship features, dining experience, entertainment, and more. And by the end of this video, hopefully you'll have an idea if any of these ships might be right for your next adventure. So let's start with our first impressions and the embarkation experience on each cruise ship. Starting with P&O's Arvia, at the beginning we did face a bit of a hiccup with the embarkation. Now this was due to a technical issue with one of the gangways, so it's a little bit unfair to judge the process fairly. But once we were on board, we were welcomed into a bright, airy main atrium with its impressive window wall. It was clean, modern, and easy to navigate, so a strong start overall. Sky Princess, however, was a different story. Embarkation at the QE2 terminal in Southampton was chaotic, with nearly an hour just to drop off our luggage. But as frustrating as it was, our experience would have probably been a bit better had we been at a different or larger terminal. Once we stepped on board, we arrived in the Piazza, a bustling, elegant, heart and soul of the ship that really set the tone and is where so much happened throughout our cruise. Lastly, MSC Euribia. Embarkation was quick, efficient and seamless. We were all on board in no time at all and greeted by the Infinity Atrium. Now this featured sparkling Swarovski crystal staircases and a tall, striking design. This set the stage for a stunning cruise, and we were excited to see what the rest of the cruise had in store. Now let's talk about what really made the ship shine, its personality. P&O's Arvia was sleek and modern, with spacious lounges and beautifully designed public areas. Lucy even claims to have had her best cup of coffee ever in the main atrium, which is where you could sit back and take in the views and unwind. There was also evening entertainment from aerial artists and other performers, which added a nice unique touch. Sky Princess felt classic and nostalgic. The main atrium there, the Piazza, was truly the heart and soul of the ship, with shops, restaurants and bars, an art gallery and even a photo gallery. It was always alive with activities from dance classes to arts and crafts and live performances. The space transformed constantly, and later in the evening became a lively dance floor. Then there's MSC Euribia. The ship itself was absolutely stunning, with its clean lines and sparkling decor. The atrium, although striking, did feel a little bit like an airport lounge. However, just off the atrium, there was the Galleria or promenade. Now this is a huge area with bars, restaurants, shops, gelato bars and a chocolate cafe, and was truly the life and soul of the ship. It also featured this massive LED domed ceiling, which is the largest LED video screen at sea. Acoustically, we found the ship in general to be incredibly noisy, and whatever we did, it was always really hard to find somewhere to sit. As you can imagine, dining is such a big part of cruising, and we had some very different experiences. On P&O's Arvia, there were plenty of included dining options. There's Sixth Street Diner for a retro American vibe, the Olive Grove for Mediterranean dishes, and the Keys offering everything from your fish chips and mushy peas, Asian food, and a roast dinner which is served in a Yorkshire pudding. You also had your main dining rooms, which were fantastic with good and attentive service. Poolside, you had your to-go food at Taste 360. Now this was your hot dogs, burgers, pizzas, etc. And finishing off with the buffet restaurant, which to us, I have to say the buffet was a little disappointing. But that said, everything else more than made up for it. Sky Princess, though, easily takes the crown for the best food. The World Fresh Marketplace Buffet had an excellent, ever-changing selection, so you were always discovering new dishes from roasts to international cuisine to healthy options, along with plenty of vegan, vegetarian and gluten-free choices. The formal dining rooms also delivered with ever-changing menus from regional flavours and chef specialities, plus they all had fantastic service. And then we come to our dining experience on MSC Euribia. While the ship had several dining options, our experience in the main dining room was disappointing, with several incorrect orders and not very good service. And to top it all, we only took a mouthful of our dessert and they put the lights up and started clearing us out so they could get ready for the next sitting. The buffet restaurant was also disappointing. There were so many stations serving so many different cuisines, the choices at each station seemed to be very limited. And apart from the freshly made pizzas, a little mediocre. Not what we really expected from such a stunning ship. So if you're finding this video useful, we'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. It's free and it really helps support what we're doing. Don't forget, you can also hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you so much. Now, let's get back to the video. Entertainment and activities. So this is where the fun really begins. P&O Arvia had a reasonable amount to offer. The Headliners Theatre hosted live shows that were pretty good. Live music was played throughout various bars and lounges, along with aerial artists who put on a show in the atrium almost every evening. Although the quality of the performances were all good, the daytime live entertainment felt a little bit limited at times. For some fun, there were the usual quizzes, dance classes, and a very small casino that felt that it was a bit of an afterthought when they were designing the ship. The pools and hot tub areas were standard. It had a mini golf course and a 3-screen cinema, which were all included in your fare. For an extra fee, there was also an escape room and a high ropes course for those looking for a bit more adventure. On Sky Princess, the Princess Theatre showcased a good variety of professional acts, from comedians, singers, stage hypnotists, and I gotta say their house performance were also really good as well. Quizzes and games were held in the Princess Live Lounge, giving it a game show feel as opposed to a pub quiz. There were also fitness and dance classes to take part in, as well as a good-sized casino. They did have a very small games arcade, which was a little bit pricey for what it was. And of course they had the usual pools and hot tubs. Now, if we were after a bit more adventure, it would have been disappointing, as there wasn't any. There was no rock wall or splash park or anything like that, but it was a great ship for relaxing. And then there's MSC Euribia. The live entertainment was all over the place. Some acts felt like the early rounds of a bad talent show audition, from dancers out of time and comedians that just weren't funny, while others, like the 18-piece big band in the Carousel Lounge, were fantastic. As for the activities, they were great. The water park with flumes, there was an indoor and outdoor pool and hot tubs, a high ropes course which was all included in your fare. They also had a fantastic games arcade with a good selection of machines, plus a 4D cinema, an F1 racing experience, VR racing, and a 2-lane bowling alley. But just like any other arcade, there was an additional charge here, but pre-cruise credit packages made it more affordable and reasonable. Finally, there was a good-sized casino with a great selection of tables, machines, and a 360 sports bar right in the middle. Right now, service can make a huge difference on your cruise experience, and here's how each ship stacked up. On P&O's Arvia, we found the staff to be attentive, friendly and welcoming, which made for a good overall experience. On Sky Princess, the service was outstanding, with staff who truly went above and beyond. The only drawback was the heavy upselling, which we found to be more intense here than on other ships. Sadly, on MSC, service wasn't their strong suit. The guest services team seemed a little less approachable, but that could possibly be due to the language barrier. Then the main dining room service mentioned earlier left a lot to be desired, which was such a shame being on such a beautiful ship. So after experiencing all 3 ships, here's our overall takeaway. P&O Arvia has excellent service, plenty of included dining options, and good live entertainment. It's ideal if you want a relaxing cruise, but there is a limited option for a bit of adventure, though some activities do come at an extra cost. Sky Princess felt like a classic nostalgic cruise, perfect for relaxing, with excellent food and excellent service. There weren't any major activities, as mentioned earlier, but if you're into a traditional cruising vibe with great service and excellent cuisine, then this ship is definitely well worth considering. As for MSC Euribia, it's a visually stunning ship and packed with some great family-friendly activities that are often included in the fare. However, the dining, guest services, and some of the live entertainment could do with a bit of improving. This was also the most reasonably priced cruise during a UK school holiday, so it might be an option if you're looking for a budget-friendly cruise during peak seasons. If that's the case, then you'll need to set your expectations accordingly. Ultimately, it all depends on what you're looking for. If service and food are your priority, then I'd lean towards Sky Princess or P&O Arvia. But if you're all about activities and don't mind a bit of chaos, then MSC Euribia might be worth considering. Thanks for joining us on this brief cruise comparison, and we hope our experiences can help if you're considering any of these ships for your next adventure. If you've sailed on any of these ships before, we'd love to hear your experiences in the comments, so don't forget to like and subscribe for more cruise reviews and travel tips. Until next time, happy cruising.